So as it currently shakes out, the Washington Wizards have a 14% chance at landing the first pick in the 2025 NBA draft. These odds are solely tied with the Charlotte Hornets and the Utah Jazz. So basically, they're among the top 3 teams most likely to land Cooper Flagg. And of course, there are a few guarantees in this life, but considering they currently hold the worst record in the NBA at 13-50, I like their chances. You see, I can imagine it's not the easiest thing to be a Wizards fan at the moment. Trust me. My team is the Charlotte Hornets. I know the feeling. But see, something that doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to bad teams is that at least it's easy to identify your problems. And when it comes to the Wizards, Cooper Flagg has answers to a lot of them. And today, we're going to talk about exactly why this Wizards team could potentially be transformed if they were to land them. Like, I'm talking about going from the worst team in the NBA to playoff contention. I mean, let's be real. We all know the Eastern Conference is a mediocre team's playground. Like, bro, the current 8 seed is the Orlando Magic, and they're 6 games under 500. 6 games. So yes, I truly believe it wouldn't take too long to get momentum shifting in the right direction if this Wizards team lands the first pick. So yeah, let me know in the comments, am I tripping? Do you agree Cooper Flagg could transform the Wizards? Do you think this team is years away from competing in the playoffs, man? Why or why not? And yeah, bro, really quick before I go any further, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks back with another video. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy. I upload quality basketball content and we're on the grind of 5Ks for most def. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, back to the video. So as I mentioned before, when you root for an NBA team that sucks, such as I do with the Charlotte Hornets, it's obviously a bummy experience. But one of the few silver linings are that it's easy to identify what you're missing, what you really need to improve the damn team. And I think that's better than the opposite. I mean, think about a team like the Phoenix Suns. They just can't seem to get over the hump. They've overpaid players. Bradley Beal has a ridiculous no-trade clause, and still they've yet to taste anything near the success they had in 2021 when they made the NBA Finals. And to make matters worse, if the season were to end today, they wouldn't even make the play-in tournament. You feel me? So anyway, I say all that to say it's a good thing that the Wizards' issues are really not all that complicated. I mean, boom, across NBA offenses, they're among the 4 worst teams, and across defenses, they're among the top 2 worst teams. But focusing on offense first here, they just don't have enough bucket getters. Jordan Poole is just about all they've got. He's currently averaging 21 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds, shooting 42% from the field and 37% from 3. Spanking them. There's not much to complain about with those numbers. I mean, sure, he could be more efficient, but even when he explodes, it just ain't enough. He shot 40 plus points in a total of 3 games since playing for the Wizards. And in those games, they are 0-3. So if this tells me anything, it's that yeah, Jordan Poole's a bucket, yeah, he's only 25. The Wizards have their guard of the future. But he can't do it by himself. Their second leading scorer is Malcolm Brogdon at under 13 points a game. And he's missed over half the season. Then this is followed by Bilal, Alex Sarr, and a few others hovering at just over 10 point per game averages. So again, if anything is clear here, it's the fact that they just need more buckets. And Cooper Flagg is blessed in this department. He's currently leading Duke in scoring at almost 20 points a game. He dropped a 42-point bomb earlier this year, and he does all this efficiently, shooting 49% from the field and 37% from 3. Like, bro, if you just watch some Cooper Flagg highlights from this season, you'll see pretty quickly why any team would jump at the chance to rebuild around him as the centerpiece. We're talking about versatile scoring methods, impressive 3-point shooting at 37%, but then he might dominate guys physically. He's 6'9", might go in the paint and dunk it, might have an acrobatic layup, or might just pick and pop, might pull up in the mid-range for a jumper. I mean, this is all at the age of 18. Mind you, he just turned 18 this past December. Come on, man. But yeah, bro. And then beyond all the scoring, Cooper Flagg would transform the Wizards defensively. Like I said, the Wizards are one of the worst teams in the NBA as far as defenses. They're like the bottom two. However, if they were to land Cooper Flagg, their defense would go crazy. You see, they would have the Twin Towers. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Cooper Flagg and Alex Sarr. Do y'all remember when the Minnesota Timberwolves were actually good? I mean, they're not terrible this season, but compared to what they did last year, they had much higher expectations. This was until they traded Cat. Like, I'm sure y'all remember, but if not, let me brush up y'all memory. Bro, when the Minnesota Timberwolves had Cat, they had the Twin Towers between him and Rudy Gobert. Like, defensively in the front court, there was no stopping them. And then offensively, between Ant, Cat, and even Rudy Gobert at times, they were a machine. So, I'll say all that to say, man, when I look at the Wizards, because they picked up Alex Sarr in the 2024 NBA draft, they now have this incredible potential if they were to pair him with Cooper Flagg. I mean, it's the perfect comparison. You know, Rudy Gobert, Alex Sarr, they're both French, you feel me? And then Cat and Cooper Flagg. You know, Cooper doesn't necessarily play like Cat, but they're both similar type of players as far as simply being tall and both being offensive machines and both having some great defensive capabilities. So again, I said it first, bro, you know, this duo, it would be like the Twin Towers and it would transform the Wizards defensively, especially because that was the whole reason they drafted Alex Sarr. You know, sure, he was the second overall pick, and usually when you're picked that highly, you're expected to bring some kind of offensive firepower. But that is the wrong way to look at Alex Sarr. If you look at him that way, he's gonna be a bust. Like my guy, he's a 7-footer shooting under 40% from the field and 62% on free throws. At this current time in his career, offense is not his strong suit. However, defensively, he's bringing the heat, you know, averaging 1.5 blocks a game, nearly 1 steal, and he doesn't really foul that often at only 2 personal fouls a game. And this is the reason they picked him up, you feel me? The expectations aren't crazy. If he can just become Rudy Gobert, you know, a double-double machine, getting 2 blocks a game almost, 10 rebounds, 10 points. And then you pair that with Cooper Flagg, he averaging 20 points. Then you got Jordan Poole. He's on the rise and gets buckets. This past February, he told reporters he believes he's an all-star type of player, man. He's very confident. Like, bro, you piece all of this together, you know, the Twin Towers, 2 players capable of averaging 20. Man, tell me this is not a playoff team. Like, give me one valid reason, man. I'll wait. In the weak Eastern Conference, they making the playoffs. So, yeah, bro, but I'm going to wrap this video up, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I tripping? Are the Washington Wizards still years away from playing in meaningful games? Is Cooper Flagg not that guy for them, man? Why or why not? And yeah, bro, I appreciate y'all watching as always, man. Like the sub, share, sub if new, all of that. I will see y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out.